Hello everyone, it's me, Sifi, and before I get into the video real quick, I apologize if you can hear talking in the background. I don't usually record audio in my room, but I don't have any other good place to do it at the moment. And if you hear like rustling papers in the background, I wrote my script out instead of typed it, so that's also what that is. But with that out of the way, today I bring you a new design of KITSU. Now, you may have seen a past short of me drawing KITSU, but you may not really know who he is, which is fair. I've shown off artwork, but I haven't really told you much about the stories or the characters themselves. So I'll start now with the basics. The character you see being speed painted behind me is KITSU, whose name means orange or tangerine. This name came from when Project Daw was still heavily referred to as color coded, hence his character color being orange. He doesn't have a middle or last name yet. His age isn't fully settled either. He is 175 centimeters or 5 feet 9 inches tall. KITSU is a character from the second or third arc. The placement is undecided, but the arc currently has the place name of Medieval Arc. Other characters included in the Medieval Arc are Zephyr, Ito, and Lyra. KITSU is the Robin Hood of the story, but doesn't just work solo. He runs an entire syndicate of underground Robin Hoods. Because of this, he is considered a crime lord by the Empress. Aside from companions, he has no known family. He's determined, maybe a little hard-headed. KITSU to value his cause higher than himself, often overworking himself to get to the end goal. He has a tendency to collect broken tech, leading to an entire room of his compound being designated to gizmos and gadgets. He prides himself on the ability to create strategic plans long term. He finds himself making impulsive decisions and not thinking of the consequences in the heat of conflict. KITSU is a non-hostile anomaly. For those who don't know, hostile and non-hostile anomalies are a mixture of flora and fauna melded together and joining a human consciousness. I won't tell you guys what he's comprised of yet, but I really want to see your guys' guesses, so feel free to put them in the comments. And KITSU, more than anything, wants freedom for non-hostile anomalies, and to see them have a place in the world. As of the moment, the Empress and her oppression is what stands in his way. KITSU knows how to use a crossbow and tends to practice his sharpshooting with bananas, seeing as they're his least favorite food. KITSU is also missing his forearms and uses 2 high-tech gauntlets stolen from the High City. He's also super sensitive to dehydration. The first thing you see on him is his cloak. The cloak had originally been a long coat, but was shortened as his character developed and he needed to be able to run more easily, which is also the reason for the chain clasp thingy keeping it together in the front. Because the cloak is a little heavy and fur-lined, he wears a simple tank top underneath it to balance things out. He has what I would think as pants typical to a pirate design, and boots to match. Another part of his visual design is his mask and his earrings. He wasn't based off of or inspired by any specific aesthetic, though I did draw elements from masquerade masks and pirates as part of the design, for his need to keep part of his face hidden and the visual aesthetic for when he was on the docks. He doesn't have any particular catchphrases at the moment, but I imagine him talking in a dry or deadpan tone, either giving one-word answers or going on whole monologues, rarely an in-between. I hope that gives you all a better idea of KITSU and his character, although I should mention that with school starting, the upload schedule will likely be sporadic. I humbly request that you check in on occasion because the algorithm is likely to drag me to the depths if I'm not consistent. But anyways, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Squid out. Aside from this, his closest aside from his closest companions, he has no known family. KITSU tends to value himself higher, gadgets. Although he prides himself on the ability to create strategic plans long term, he finds himself making impulsive decisions and not thinking through the consequences of his act. Sticky notes. He has what I would think as typical pirate or